Hi, my name is Verity Blevins, and this project is called Activated Thresholds. For me, this research began as a curiosity of the role of the body in space, more specifically the threshold surrounding the body, or the idea that there is negative space that the body's reach or orbit claims, and that there is some impact on the built environment, or edges. These ideas I wanted to mine further through a series of building analyses in which I visited several different architectural sites throughout Europe. I extracted ideas of measure, materiality, volume, scale, proportion, and circulation to understand how they calibrated space, specifically other architects, in order to frame and shape spaces for one body, for a few bodies, as well as several bodies. Throughout my research, I was looking at it from a very observational point of view, and then throughout the process, I started to think about how I could apply these observations, this learning and research to a context that needs it, and specifically needs a reimagining of program. So I started to look towards the opportunity to work at a much larger scale in which I could shape space for the individual, the few, and the many. I learned that the country of Indonesia actually is currently considering moving their capital from Jakarta up to Borneo, a separate island entirely, in order to combat flooding as well as climate change. And with this came a necessity to reimagine the way that they hold together their governmental structure. And so I started to think about how I could reimagine ideas of civic and cultural programs in order to propel Indonesia into the future. One of the biggest factors in my research was studying at length the role of the Dayak culture, which is one of the largest indigenous populations in Indonesia, specifically Borneo, and understanding how we can extract ideas of reconciliation, creating new court spaces, ideas of honoring ancestral grounds as well as ancestral artifacts in memory, and as well as preserving community lifeblood such as dances and other gatherings and the idea of ceremonies. So those kind of created these three conduits or three vessels for bodies that could then propel Indonesia to the future at a civic scale as well as a more intimate scale.